Hi, and welcome to yet another exciting, informative, and engaging episode of the #1 property show in Kenya. Today, we focus on the allocation of the Boma Yangu houses under the Affordable Housing Dream.
This program started last year, April. I don't think there is any government project that has actually been undertaken with this kind of speed. And so I think we are also sending out a message that you can do good quality work, but at the same time you are able to meet the deadlines.
Our property pick of the week highlights ideal addresses available in this basket. The accessory spot brings a sneak peek of both high-quality, stylish furniture pieces and home accessories proudly made in Kenya.
I work with a lot of informal sector workers, from craftsmen and women, carpenters, basket weavers, rug weavers, and provide access to market for their products.
We all find ourselves in a dilemma of whether to build or buy a dream home. Jenny shares her journey of buying a plot and finally building her dream home. Unbelievable.
Having a designer is very important because they sort of bring your dream to life. You know,
And they add a sparkle.
And they add a sparkle.
Telecom remains a force to reckon with in all things telecommunication. Catch the breakdown later on the show.
Nothing that you'll be looking for as an SME or as a consumer that we don't have. Telecom is the most affordable data network. Nancy, at 9 cents per MB, where are you going to get that?
Engage with us on our social media platforms. Share your instant feedback plus what you'd like to watch next week. You're watching The Property Show. As always, there is something for everyone. Buying property is a big financial commitment with down payments, credit calls, mortgages, legal fees, valuation, and the list continues. This makes the process daunting. Yet, providing a home for our families is an exciting journey that guarantees stability and security. Today, we take a look at affordable houses available in the market in different locations, lifestyle, and budgets. We kick off with Pangani Estate. This project is strategically located with every amenity you could wish for at your fingertips. The 1, 2, and 3-bedroom apartments are fully sold. Our pick today is the 3-bedroom duplex, offering exceptional value.
Nestled in the heart of Nairobi's Starehe division along Ring Road, Ngara, is this magnificent affordable housing project by Nairobi City County and a private developer. This project will consist of 1,562 units of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms spread across 8 blocks. The construction of first phase has begun and is expected to be completed by end of 2021, while other phases will be ready by 2022. The apartments comes with the following amenities: an open plan concept with living, dining and kitchen area, a common clock room, large windows for natural light and air circulation, and a laundry area. Other amenities include perimeter wall with electric fence, CCTV camera, ample parking area with paved driveways, borehole for constant water supply, upgraded electricity for reliable power supply, jogging track, beautiful landscaped gardens, and children play area.
Imagine a bright Saturday morning with the birds singing. Picture the laughter of children. This is a true picture from the old neighborhood of Pangani, a place you can now gladly call home. Next, another hotspot for bargain hunters takes us to Athi River, Karibu Homes. This project offers a sense of community living. Let's have a look.
The Athi homes have standard finishes with common features including open-plan living room and dining area, steel casement windows and brass curtain fittings, kitchen with inbuilt cupboards and an adjacent utility area with Dobby sink, master bedroom ensuite and other bedrooms share a tiled bathroom, built-in wardrobes and enhanced finishes. The Tana homes have superior finishes with common features such as attractive open-plan living and dining room, kitchen and utility area, ceramic tile floors, steel casement windows, master bedroom ensuite, separate shared tiled bathroom and shower, built-in wardrobes, and enhanced finishes.
A home remains a source of pride and a central place in our lives that is forever special and dear to our hearts. If you're looking for a home in a developing community, Karibu Homes is an ideal option to consider. Our next stop takes us to the fast-growing town of Ongata Rongai, King's Serenity. These units come with all essential amenities needed for a modern family. Follow me and let's have a look.
King's Serenity offers space, warmth, and comfort you deserve when buying your first home. This affordable residential complex consists of 2-bedroom apartments with a plinth area of 1,000 square feet built-up space. The amenities include cross-ventilated apartments and a well-planned layout and compact design, spacious lounge-cum-dining area, a separate toilet with a shower. Other features include green spaces and attractive landscaping, kids' play area, solar street lighting, secured masonry boundary wall, controlled access for tight security, well-planned security checkpoints, borehole with overhead storage tank, Cabra paving blocks to driveways, ample parking space for residents as well as guests, and a community hall for residents, entertainment and meetings.
Serenity is indeed a game changer in the Ongata Rongai community, giving families a new start and an opportunity to set the rhythm for a new living. Next, a conversation on buying property off-plan. Most people are attracted to buying property off-plan due to the promise of property appreciation. Off-plan buying basically means buying into a property during construction before its completion. We have seen this concept gaining traction, driven largely by the challenging financial environment faced by both developers and the end buyers. This concept also gives buyers an opportunity to personalize the unit during construction. And of course, buying off-plan is a great way to purchase a property below the market value, which makes it a great investment opportunity.
We have done several projects, and I can just identify but a few. We did lifestyle gardens in Syokimau, mansionettes of 4-bedroom, which we were able to sell it within 1.5 years. That gave us a lot of motivation. And still at the same Mombasa Road, just behind Gateway Mall, we did apartments, because at that particular point of time, the market was demanding for apartments more on that side of town. So we did a cluster of 2 and 3 bedrooms, which we were able to sell them within a period of 1 year. And then we still have another active project, that is Lifestyle Signature in Amboseli Road, Lavington, where we are having a 5-bedroom townhouse. Corner houses are going at 55 million, and the middle houses, they are going at 50 million. It is a supreme and a premium development over there. We moved to Tatu City, bought a good piece of land, slightly around 30 acres, and we decided let us do apartments in a whole different way, because our policy is usually to have a market-driven project. So with the good intelligence that we had already gathered for quite a while, we decided let us do premium apartments and actually take care of a few gaps when it comes to apartment development. The biggest gap in apartment development in Kenya currently is lack of circulation area. You'll be able to find most developers, because of maybe lack of land, they will try as much as possible and just build from beacon to beacon, and in between you'll find mortar and cabro for parking. Nothing much to say will be exciting in such spaces. But here we were very lucky enough, we have enough land, so we are able to deposit so much of amenities here at Tatu City. We have kids playing area, which you can see. Is a functional, not just a kids playing area, it's a functional one. We also have, for the adult group, there are pergolas where they can actually relax once they are bored in the house or they feel the house is too much. We also have a commercial block which is hosting convenient stores, stretching from a chemist to a grocery store. So at the end of the day, you'll find that the residents of Lifestyle Heights, they have all they need at their enclosure. So that is what we have done at Lifestyle Heights. Off-plan projects have a very pronounced benefits, and it's something that as a homeowner or a prospective homeowner, you should be able maybe to consider. The biggest advantage of off-plan project is actually the longer payment period, which usually reflects the completion period. Like for us, on phase 2, you can see behind us, we started on 22nd of July, and we had a completion of 18 months. So automatically that provides us with an opportunity to have an 18-month payment plan, which provides a little bit of comfort and ease to prospective homeowners. Another primary benefit of purchasing off-plan, you can actually be able to slot in some of your preferences on the units of your choice. You can maybe decide, rather than having a closed kitchen, let me have an open plan kitchen. Rather than having this kind of bath, let me have a different, there are those preferences that you can actually be able to integrate them and fit your unit. And that can only be provided when you're having an off-plan way of purchase. Another thing is definitely the entry price of an off-plan project. It's usually a little bit less costly, because at the end of the day, the project is not complete. It is still under development. So most developers will actually provide a less costly unit at that particular point. So you take advantage of that approach of off-plan. Our approach on off-plan is very unique. It's totally unique, and I think that is the reason as to why we have been successful. We have a very good command when it comes to off-plan projects. What we are doing uniquely, we are not 100% relying on the end user finances to develop our off-plan projects. This is where most developers sometimes find it a little bit challenging, because if you exclusively depend on the end user finances to complete your project, then it might stagger for quite a longer period of time rather than the time that you had expected to complete. We have a very good marketing intelligence system that collects real-time intelligence about what the market needs now. All our projects are market-driven projects. So if we don't get real-time intelligence from the market and use it very well, bring in our architects, bring in our consultants, consult left, right, and center, see what is happening both in the micro and macro environment. That is how we tend to survive, because we will end up having a project that is easily absorbed in the market with very limited stress. But when you don't have enough intelligence, you are just developing because another developer has also broken ground and is starting a new project. So you feel you are left behind, you need to do the same. That is how you make mistake. And off-plan prospects, we must accept currently, these are prospects that have a lot of fears because of what has been happening in our real estate space. Because most of the people, they are victims of developments which didn't go very well. So when they come in, we automatically realize this is a customer who has a lot of fears. So the first thing that we tend to do, we try as much as possible and provide some assurances. Number one, mentioning the history of the company, what we have done before, what has been successful to us. Then we walk the client through how the unit will be able to finally appear, using the floor plans, using the renders and every other thing. So we make sure that at the end of the day, we provide as much information as possible so that this client will end up picking a unit after considering all the factors. Then after that, advise the client to pay 100,000 shillings, which is called a booking fee. That booking fee will lock the price and lock the unit under the name of that prospective client. Then we will be able to process the offer letter. We'll give the client 30 days to pay 10% of the value of the house. Remember, he had already given us 100,000 earlier, so it will be 10% minus the 100,000 that he had afforded earlier. Then after that, we'll be able to calculate the difference, divide it by the remaining completion period. Like currently we are having 12 months. Okay? We'll take the balance, divide it by 12, then get a monthly installment. So we advise the prospective buyer that number one, you can pay on monthly installment or quarterly, where we'll just multiply the monthly times 3 to get the quarterly installment, which have to be equal. That is how we go around processing an off-plan client.
Before signing a deal on an off-plan project, check the developer's track record. Carry out your own due diligence. Inspect the project, the land title deed, as well as the project plan approvals. Confirm the time of completion to match your financial plan. Affordable housing market is booming despite the pandemic. Here on the Property Show, we connect buyers with sellers. Our large portfolio of developments suit different locations, lifestyles, and budgets. And guess what? We are just a telephone call away. It's a fact, Telecom Kenya has evolved. Next, a highlight on their products.
For us, reach, it's important, very, very important. How expansive is your reach? So what we've done is to ensure that our data services, may it be on fixed infrastructure or even mobile,
is it goes as far as possible. And because of that, we are making it affordable for more people to get onto our network. We realize that we have a generation that will be the super users of technology in the days to come. One of the things we've done is we brought them on board, we have embraced them, and this is the population we are enabling to ensure that they have internet whenever they need it at rates that are very, very affordable.
In addition to the traditional voice, SMS, and data that we have been providing to our customers, and also fiber, we now have layered more services and more propositions. And let me explain. In the area of data, we are still able to give you the very, very good quality data at the most competitive prices in the market. 24 hours, anytime, our network will deliver the best value. On top of the data, we've got into partnerships with other technology companies to deliver value-added services. So what happens is that if you get on our network and you just dial *544#, you'll see the whole menu of bundles and offers, and you just choose any. And one of my favorite bundles in there is a Showmax bundle. For 1,500, you have access to over 100 channels of regular, what used to be called TV shows. So you have news, the best news channels in the world, you have movies, you have sports, you have children's programs, all through this Telecom link. So basically just get that bundle, you choose it, and you are able to watch. You don't need to have a TV subscription. You just get it through your Telecom line. And for how much? Only 1,500 a month, only. And you can watch over 100 channels.
Telecom has that brand affinity because we've been there right from the beginning. Yes, as a company, we might have had some challenges in the middle, but we are back. In fact, what we're telling people is Telecom is back, and Telecom is now digital. Nancy, I want to assure you of a couple of things. We have the infrastructure that is necessary to serve you, to serve the public sector, to serve the private sector, to serve the consumers. Where there are gaps, we have the loan technology to plug in to make sure that's there. When it comes to products and solutions, we have them. There is nothing that you'll be looking for as an SME or as a consumer that we don't have. Telecom is the most affordable data network. Nancy, at 9 cents per MB, where are you going to get that? Lastly, and beyond the doubt, when it comes to our user experience, call our call center. Believe me, you will be surprised. We have very passionate young Kenyans in over there who are always ready and willing to serve our customers. So I can promise you, Nancy, if you take a fiber link into one of these apartments of yours or into one of these homes of yours, you will be very happy with Telecom. So when it comes to choices, Telecom is number one. Please, try us out.
Indeed, Telecom is leading the telecommunication pack, and they are moving with you. After the short break, the launch of the allocation of Boma Yangu houses.
Mine is to thank you and give you a commitment for the industry, PS, that we will stand with all investors beyond yourself to be able to make this a reality.
The accessory spot with a sneak peek of both high-quality, stylish furniture pieces and home accessories, proudly made in Kenya.
Majority of the furniture here is designed by me. So sometimes the artisans may say, oh, this is a bit of a tricky design, I've never done this before. So that's one way I like them to grow, is they're challenged technically.
An inspiring story of a homeowner's choice of buying a plot and building her dream home.
The first challenge was actually really starting. So even getting the financing together to start off, and even having the courage to come and break ground.
Don't go away, we'll be right back after the break.
That's when she replied, "Give me one good reason to stay with you." Nikamtumia 100 reasons to be my boo. Akanisho unabonga sana kwa text lakini in real life when I'm timid. Hapo nika get minutes ya kupaint picture vivid. Akasema ati I'm in demand. Unadhani DM yangu ni empty? Kumbe nilikuwa nishasotiwa na 100 MB.
Call, SMS and browse from only 10 shillings with Telecom. Now that's power. Telecom, moving with you.
Welcome back. You're watching The Property Show. This week, history was made right here. The first batch of allocation was issued out to those who signed up on the Boma Yangu portal and are now proud homeowners. Let's hear more.
I dare say that I don't think there's any audacious program like this Park Road housing scheme. And it is audacious in many ways because this program started last year, April. And I don't think there's any government project that has actually been undertaken with this kind of speed. And so I think we are also sending out a message that you can do good quality work, but at the same time you are able to meet the deadlines. So we are very, very excited about that. These houses are going to be habited by the face of Kenya. And I think if all else fails, I think that is the most important thing, is that you don't need to know the PS, you don't need to know the housing secretary or anybody else. This process of allocation of these houses is the most transparent process, and anybody from Mama Mboga to a shoe cobbler to a Juakali artisan can today own a home. This affordable housing agenda has been misunderstood, perhaps to say that it's government that is going to be building houses. No, this agenda is about government facilitating the private sector. This housing scheme has been undertaken by an investor. They put in their money, they built it, government provided the land, and once the housing scheme was completed, we had mobilized the money from civil servants from all over the country to pay them. So I think it's important to understand how this model works. And you cannot do that without the financial institutions because we know that our housing sector, the market is broken, and it is a systemic problem that has taken many years to be. For a country of 47 million and above to have about 25,000 mortgages, I think you can all attest that we have a problem. But we have started the journey to right those wrongs, and we cannot do it without getting the private sector involved. So it's important that you understand that the housing agenda, and because this is not a 2022 agenda, this is something that we want to make sure that for 50 years and 100 years to come, any Kenyan born can aspire to have their own house. This is very, very, very important. So laying the right foundation is important, but making sure that we do it with the right partners is critical. So allow me then to introduce our partners from the banks. And because most of them have written to me and they have committed how much money they are making available for you, ordinary Kenyans, you can walk to any of the participating banks and you can be able to get a mortgage and you go get a house of your choice.
I'll perhaps paraphrase my marks briefly to say that is in the history of our country, when housing development is written many years from now, you remember this event. Because largely amidst a global pandemic, we have PS and all of us have built together a program or a project in very difficult times. And when they say that there's always a silver lining in a cloud, nothing demonstrates that than this program. A lot of people are nervous in the environment we live today, and especially for the financial sector, who has stood strongly behind individuals, clients, businesses. If you look at the statistics of the banking sector, and many times it's never told. I've been chairman for long enough to know that banks are always seen as profitable and non-supportive. But if you look at the global pandemic today for COVID-19, banks have almost reached more than 1.3 trillion shillings of finance restructuring. And that's significant for what we are putting on the table to be able to support those businesses. And for housing development, I would say we've been doing mortgages much more on the medium to high end over years. But the affordable housing program is just a catalyst, PS. I would say it's a private public sector initiative for financing. It will demonstrate much more investors to come in. And so this framework, and I'd like to mention a number of our banks who are here today by name. We have 9 banks which are here. Just a few of the members. There are many more banks involved, but the ones who are here today, KCB, Equity, Cooperative Bank, HF Group, Upstart Bank, Stanbic, NCBA, Diamond Trust, and SBM. Just the banks which have made a commitment in excess of 365 billion shillings as a first start. That's the commitment we've made so far. It is a significant investment. If you look at lending at the sector, if you prioritize the lending portfolio in terms of the sector, this will be PS the third or fourth largest segment today. And potentially, knowing how housing is, perhaps could become the single largest segment in the years ahead. So there is a real commitment for us as an industry. We have also done more beyond just this activity. So we've done work with the Kenya Mortgage Financing Company. A number of our banks are shareholders. And that will deliver loans at interest rate governor of below 10%. It's 9.9% as far as I remember for our banks that we have in the market. And so I don't see the challenge, PS, on financing the project that we have. Different banks have different agendas to be able to build, support investors, support people who are willing to invest in this program. And also, even as we go ahead to create the partial guarantee scheme for housing, this is one way of extending the opportunities we all face. So mine is to thank you and give you a commitment for the industry, PS, that we will stand with all investors beyond yourself to be able to make this a reality.
The home ownership journey with affordable housing involves the following steps. Step 1. Visit the online portal. Visit the Boma Yangu portal at www.bomayangu.go.ke. Step 2. Register. Begin the registration process by providing all personal details on the portal and upload all required attachments. Step 3. Pre-qualification. Upon registration, you will be required to provide your identification as well as your employment status with your listed employer. Step 4. Begin making your contributions. Contributions are voluntary and require you to save up to reach the target of 12.5% of the value of the house you have chosen. Step 5. Qualification. This step requires you to be registered and verified with Kenya Revenue Authority. A final assessment is done on the prospective homeowner to make sure that you are able to make regular contributions to save for your home. Step 6. Allocation. In this step, you are required to select a house of your choice and the preferred location as per the availability of the house. Step 7. Finalizing of the payment plan. This step involves finalizing of the remaining 87.5% of the house value. It can be done through the tenant purchase scheme or mortgage or a cash sale. For those who have the full amount ready at the time of allocation, you can finalize with a cash sale. Step 8. This is the final step after finalizing the payment. Here, one is required to accept, sign all sales agreement, and deliver the signed agreement to National Housing Corporation or the private developer who owns the affordable housing project you opted to live in. Deliver all these relevant documents within 21 days. And after completing all these steps, all you have to do is collect your keys and move into your new home.
Owning a home is the first step to a better life, and the Affordable Housing Basket has got you covered. They have properties in different locations, lifestyle, and budgets. Next, a sneak peek of high-quality stylish furniture pieces and home accessories proudly made in Kenya.
Savannah Space is a platform that provides access to market for furniture and home decor makers in Kenya. I work with a lot of informal sector workers, from craftsmen and women, carpenters, basket weavers, rug weavers, and provide access to market for their products. So we curate and we create furniture and home decor that's made locally. Most of the inspiration is from local cultures, local textures, local people, and nature as well. So we have two different types of products here. Some are here on consignment, where I work with various artisans. So for example, the baskets, a few of the artwork pieces, some of our woven rugs. I work with different artisans, and then I curate their pieces, and then I bring them here. And then there are also some things that are made in-house. So for example, this furniture piece, this is made in-house. We have our own workshop where I design the pieces, and then I work with the fundis and the carpenters to create them. So Savannah Space is a social enterprise at the end of the day. My goal is to provide access to market for informal sector workers. So for example, the women who make our baskets or the women who make our woven rugs, the plan or the goal is to provide economic stability for the women, where they can use their talents and their skills to create products that they can then benefit from economically. So it is definitely a social enterprise. I'm trying to provide economic stability for different informal sector workers in Kenya. This wall has a lot of our baskets. These are our laundry baskets, which people use to just throw their dirty clothes if they don't want to see them lying around. Or sometimes parents use them to throw their kids' toys or to put umbrellas in. And then we also have these storage boxes, which are very popular with people who have shelving. You can literally just put anything in there, hide it in there, and then stick it in a shelf, and it looks very neat. These baskets are very popular because of how loud and how colorful and how interesting the designs are. You rarely see such designs in baskets in Kenya. Which is surprising because we've got such beautiful fabrics. This is made locally, this fabric, and it's inspired by mud cloth, which is made in Mali. So over here we have a few of our home decor pieces from our soapstone bowls, which people get surprised that this is soapstone. The natural color of soapstone, or otherwise known as kisi stone, is this. So because we like eclectic designs that are fun and that are unique, I thought it would be nice to put really cool fruit designs and some lines and different shapes as well. The interesting thing about these, and the reason I enjoy making these so much, is because I draw these designs on a paper and then I take it to the artisans, and then I get to see them come to life when they create these products. And here we've got one of our furniture pieces. We call it the Naita sofa. It's a very comfortable 2-seater and sometimes 3-seater sofa that anyone who lives in a nice, cozy apartment and needs something that's warm, friendly, but also a pop of color maybe, we can do that. So the interesting thing about our furniture, because it's made locally, we can customize it. So for example, if someone wants this sofa in blue and then maybe with legs made of wood, we can do that as well. Over here we have the different ways that we work with textiles in Kenya. For example, we have this cotton rug that's hand woven in Kenya, made from Kenyan cotton. And then we also have these woolen rugs. The interesting thing about these is, for example, if someone likes this design, but maybe they want it bigger or they want it in yellow and black instead of this color, we can do that as well. So we can really explore different designs and different aesthetics with these. And then we've also got these textiles that are made in Kenya. So these can be used to make throw pillows or to upholster anything or frame them. The one thing that I'm really interested in the future of Savannah Space is producing our own textiles. We've got a very talented textile workforce in Kenya, so it would be very interesting to see how we can explore that and explore the different colors and patterns that we can use. We've also got our furniture here. Because we make everything custom, if a customer wants a dining table with a mid-century design like this one, then they can come to us for that. So this is made from solid pine wood by one of our carpenters. And then here are some more textiles that we have. with our runners and cotton table mats, and then more of the soapstone plates that I really, really love. And then we also make coasters from soapstone. These are a lot of fun to make because, like the bowls, I can have different designs where I draw the designs and then I work with the artisan to make them come to life. On this side we have our new collection, which is titled Playful Texture. One of the pieces is this dining table called the Benga dining table. I really wanted to make something fun in an area of the home that's usually kind of serious. So I played around with different shapes and then 3 tones to bring to life this really fun and eclectic dining table. If you can see here, this is the journey towards the conceptualization of this table, from me drawing it on a piece of paper to production and then to the final product. And then we also have the Nepurko chair. This chair is meant to represent a really strong, vibrant, warrior-like piece. It's got some feminine lines, very curved, and then it's also got some masculine structure. And then I really wanted to play around with the texture. So if you can see, it's got a really cool fabric that's sort of like animal print, but not really. And then, as I mentioned, this is called the Roomba. This is definitely one of my favorite pieces. I designed it to emulate an old radio. Because the collection is called Playful Texture, this is exploring play in forms of music. So these represent the speakers. They were done by Erica's Antique, who makes sisal baskets. And then we've used pine wood to create this lovely piece. So here we have, again, one of my favorite pieces. This is called the Mancala coffee table. Mancala is a game that's popular in the coast. So it's an active table. You can actually play. We've got the pieces, the Mancala pieces that you can play this game with. And yeah, it's just a really fun coffee table. It's interactive. You can be sitting around the sofa and just have a game with your kids or with your friends and family. It's just supposed to represent play and fun in the home. And then we have this piece known as the Matu sofa, named after my other brother. I love this color. This is one of my favorite colors. I wanted something to be pastel but green and fun, and something to really brighten up a home. So this is a 3-seater. As you can see, it's quite big. It's got quite a lot of fabric. I didn't want it to have any legs. I wanted people to feel like they're floating, hence the name Matu. Matu means clouds in Kikuyu. And then over here we've got a leather magazine holder. It's an interesting piece where, you know, you wouldn't necessarily think that you should have a magazine holder in your house, but it adds an interesting touch. And then of course it's a beautiful leather tone.
Next week on this segment, we will feature modern home appliances you can gift your kitchen this festive season.
The Instant Pot will do your ndomas and your ngwashes in 20 minutes. Once you press the button, you literally walk away. This machine is smart enough to know when your ndomas are done. It will switch itself off. It will keep your food hot until when you're back.
Next, an inspiring home ownership story of buying a plot and the challenges of building a dream home. Owning a home is a lifetime achievement, and that dream remains in us. Choosing between building and buying is another hurdle that remains a challenge to many. Today, we speak to Jenny on her dream of owning a home and her journey of making it a reality. Karibu sana, Jenny, and thank you so much for having us in your home.
No, you thank you for coming.
Let me start this conversation by asking, who is Jenny?
Jenny is a mother of a boy and girl, 12 years old. I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, and most importantly, I love what I do. I'm a finance professional and I love the healthcare space. That's where I work.
Let's come to your home ownership journey. Where did you begin and what has been the journey?
So my journey was long. So I'd been in Nairobi looking for property. I was looking at new builds and there was something I wasn't getting. So I went to very many houses in the whole of Nairobi, really, in most places.
What were you looking for?
I was looking for Nice sunken lounge, large kitchen, large airy bedrooms.
Very tall windows.
Yes, but most of the houses either had small windows, little kitchens, lounges that didn't meet my expectations. So really, I was looking for something that wasn't there.
So how did you end up coming here?
So what happened is at one point I came to see some houses down the road, and I looked at them. The price was not so bad, but really they did not have what I was looking for. As I said, you know, all the things I was looking for were not there. Some were, but not everything. So what I did is the guy told me, it looks like you have to build because the way you're looking, your expectations are too high. So he told me there are some plots down the road. And that's the day I decided, let me go and check them out. So I came to the estate. I loved it. I loved that, you know, there are green fences everywhere. I loved the houses that I saw that were already built. I mean, it sort of matched my expectation of a home, a place I can call home, a place where the kids and I can really enjoy calling home.
So you bought a plot?
I bought a plot, yes.
Buying a plot is the beginning of another journey.
I know, right? Yeah.
So how did that journey go?
Oh, first of all, even choosing this location was a challenge because, you know, there are so many things to consider: schools, hospitals, amenities. So luckily for me, this place was close to Nairobi. It was close to the amenities I was looking for. And so I picked it, and then I didn't have the financing, so I had to go to a bank to get a loan. The bank process was not too bad because I was working for a company that enabled bank financing. We did the process. Eventually, I acquired the land in the bank's name, and I sat with it for a year thinking what to do with it. Yeah, because I didn't have the financings to start building.
Let's go now. Yeah. Eventually, you want to build. How did you pick the design?
Yeah.
How did you pick the architect? How did you pick your professionals? How was that journey?
Well, it wasn't a walk in the park, I can say that. So first of all, I was lucky that this estate had designs that were pre-approved. So I did not have to go through the whole city council process of, you know, approving designs and all that. But I had to pick my team, my construction team. I had to pick my professionals, starting with the architect, the engineering team, the mechanical engineer, the electrical engineer, and the design team. So what I did is I talked to a few people who had been building to just hear what is it I need to do. And they told me, you know, the most important team is the engineering team, especially if you already have a design. So this team actually did a very good job because they redrew the house again with all the amenities. So the electrical engineer would say this is where the sockets will be, this is where the switches will be, and the mechanical engineer would say this is where the pipes will pass, and this is how they're going to be like. And the same team worked with the plumbers and the electricians to make sure that their design was followed to the letter. And then so that team worked together to make sure that everyone delivers on their promise.
Okay, so you had an architectural design.
Yeah, the designs were pre-approved. Yes, I did. So even though I found an estate that had pre-approved designs and sort of the houses were looking like what I would want, I really had to do a lot of tweaking. If you look at this house and any other floral design in this estate, they are very different because you can change inside. So I changed the entry lobby, I changed the stairway, I changed the lounge. I did a lot of changes. I made it bigger, I made the kitchen bigger, I did the tall windows because the architect had drawn very short windows that were not working for me. Yeah.
With the process started,
yes.
We know it's not a walk in the park.
Yeah.
What were the challenges along the way?
Wow, the challenges were many. So the first challenge was actually really starting. So even just getting the financing together to start off, and even having the courage to come and break ground.
I know. In fact, that's the one thing that people get so scared
I know. It was a bush. So I started building, and I had a contractor, and the contractor was doing a good job until a point where I realized that we are not actually going to work together. So the first challenge is that I had to get rid of him and work on my own for a bit. Okay. The other challenge was poor workmanship by different people, especially to some extent the plumbers. There's a way they want to take shortcuts. And also just coordinating everybody. Everybody was selfish. They wanted to finish their part. They wanted to show that they're doing better than the other one. I mean, like, these are very many different people working together. Very many pieces that you're trying to piece together. And to put all the ducks in a row, you have to be there a lot of times, just making sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did it take? Did you stop the construction, or did you start and finish within the timelines you expected?
Wow, let me tell you, we did start, stop a lot, because you build, money gets finished, you stop for a while. The guys get disappointed because they expect to earn money weekly. And then you come back when you get more money. So it was a journey, and it's still a journey because there's still things I want to do now. Yeah.
But what is the one thing that you love about this home?
So I love the fact that I got the sunken lounge that I wanted. It's a relaxing place. It's cool because of the tall windows and the breeze. Then I love the garden. I mean, like, I've really worked on the garden because I love outdoor. So we spend a lot of time in the garden with the kids. I also love the kitchen. And of late, thanks to my friend CK's Kitchen, I've started cooking. So we love the kitchen and the fact that we have an island where we can sit down together as a family, where we have most of our meals. We sit together, we play games, we talk, we bond. Wow. So we love the kitchen. I also love the fact that it's airy and the rooms flow. There are no dead spaces. You know, I love the home in general. Yeah.
Jenny, a lot of people who are watching you and loving your home would be wondering, where can I begin? What should I do? And what are the red flags that should they look out for? Yeah. Should they get into constructing their own homes?
Yeah. The one thing I would say, the first most important thing is work with professionals. Work with professionals because there are many unknowns in building and construction, and these professionals are trained to do their job. And the other thing is that do not leave them to work on their own. You have to manage the process.
So
it's
your house.
Be in charge. You have to be in charge. You actually become like the contractor, the number one contractor, then there's a professional contractor. Because things could go wrong, teams can fight at site. I mean, there's a lot that can happen in one day at a site. So your eyes have to be on the ground. Yeah. Then the other thing is that it's a process. Your finances will get finished at some point. So build whenever you can. If your finances are down, stop building. Give yourself a month or two to come back, continue building, and keep going. You just have to keep going.
In every home, what's so exciting is the finishes. Let's talk about your beautiful finishes. How was that journey?
Wow, so my finishes were made possible by a designer. She worked with me. She was advising me on different things. I had my own ideas of a fireplace. She came and said, no, we're going to do it like this. I had my own idea of bathrooms. I had my own idea of kitchen, but she really did try and guide me in the right direction. I think having a designer is very important because they sort of bring your dream to life. You know,
and they add a sparkle.
And they add a sparkle. I must say this lady added a sparkle. We found out things that we didn't even know existed. We wanted a different kind of skirting. She managed to do it. We wanted a different kind of feel in the kitchen. She managed to do it. And I think that's the most important person. Okay, so the professionals are important, but the finish, because the finishing will hide everything that was not done well. The plastering, the tiling. It's fantastic how much people can convert a structure into a real home by just doing the right finishes.
Your story too can be on the Property Wall of Fame. All you have to do, call us and we'll be delighted to share your experience on this platform. One of the questions I'm getting all the time is what are we expecting from the sector in 2021? How soon will the recovery be? And how you can take advantage of the low market prices for a better edge? Catch these insights and much more this season. Thank you for watching The Property Show. See you next Sunday. As always, there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.